Hello, my amazing AICI chapter affiliates. Tara here with the Style Signature and Vice President of Education for our Atlanta chapter. And November was my month to kind of give you some insights and tips in the image industry. And I'm not much of a writer, so I am vlogging or video blogging for y'all. So what I wanted to talk to you about was strategic partnerships and networking, which has really played an important component in the growth of my business. So for some of you that are new, I think you're going to find this information really helpful. And for you seasoned individuals, you probably maybe will pick up on a few things, but also might be really well versed in this. And we'd love your feedback and input to add to the information. So what do I mean by strategic partnerships? One of the things that I have found to be so helpful is to partner with other businesses that have some synergy but don't directly compete. I'll give you an example. I work a lot with photographers because part of my service offering is helping my executives get a really strong headshot. And I feel that they sometimes aren't able to do that on their own without some great direction. Now, I'm extremely lucky that I have a hairdresser and makeup artist background, so I'm able to help facilitating wardrobe as well as the hair and makeup service. But those would be great strategic partners for any image consultant to have a hairdresser and makeup artist at their fingertips, as well as a great photographer. And what ends up happening is that you end up being a great referral resource and credibility builder, because the photographer talks to his clients and says how amazing you are at building a wardrobe or creating presence or image. The hairdresser and makeup artist, they do the same thing. And then you also become the go-to expert on referring other people services that your clients need, and you become very indispensable and also known as an expert and the go-to person. And this helps build not only your community of business people that you're trying to work with, but it also begins to build your business. And it's been quite successful, and it's very inexpensive. There's really no marketing costs. It's really getting out there, networking, developing relationships, and building relationships with these people so that you can become a referral network. Also, I love working with other women who have direct sales companies, especially if they offer clothing or shapewear or some kind of need that I talk to my clients. Shapewear is a big one for me, and I use a gal who works with ruby ribbon. So I end up using one particular woman to do this and work with my clients with shapewear. So again, I'm offering my clients a service that they already need. It becomes very easy because again, they don't have to go shopping at the mall. And I know you're probably saying, well, what's in it for me? Well, what I end up getting is another referral resource that when someone's talking about image, which a lot of times at her home shows they do, she's always going to think of me because I send her tons of business. Secondly, she sets me up as a hostess, which is an added benefit. So as my clients make purchases, she actually gives me credit and I end up getting free product. So I don't have to spend money on my shapewear needs. To me, that's a really great advantage. And again, I don't become the jack of all trades and the master of nothing for my clients. I'm very strategic of who I allow my clients to work with and know that they're going to be treated really well and get the product or service that they're looking for that I'm not able to do. I want to be known as Tara Hooper, the Style Signature and Signature Consulting, not Tara Hooper that does ruby ribbon and all these other different services. So I have strategic partnerships so that people know when I refer them to a great quality service or product, they have my stamp of approval. And that person gains business and thinks of me in her arena or group of influence anytime someone needs an image consultant. And so it's a win-win. But again, I make sure and interview that person. I make sure that those people have the same standard that I have on how my clients are treated. And I'm very clear of my expectations that they don't oversell my clients or overdo it with the marketing, and that I'm very clear on how I want my client that I refer to be treated. So be sure to set up those boundaries. But those are some great examples of strategic partnerships. So let's talk networking. So many people, I know we teach people how to behave when we're networking, so I assume we probably all have got this. But there is a mentality when you go to network. And I know when I first started my image business, and my coach Sarah Hawthorne, who's in our group, would laugh at me because I would network everywhere. I was like a chicken with my head cut off, and it ended up being very unproductive. So what I recommend, whether you're seasoned in this business or if you're brand new, but especially if you're new, you really need to be focused on what your ideal client is. What does he or she look like? And really do that exercise so that when you're choosing the places to network, you are networking where that ideal client is. So for me, instead of going to every meetup all over the city of Dallas, I've become very strategic, and I'm aligning myself more and more with executive women's groups. And those are giving me more opportunities to work with the kind of client I want to work with, and give me the speaking opportunities that I'm looking for to present either my keynote or my topic workshops. If you're not clear on that ideal client, you're going to be networking like crazy, and you're going to be exhausted before your business ever gets off the ground. Secondly, don't go into a networking opportunity collecting everybody's cards. And I see that happen all the time. Be strategic. Be strategic. And what I mean by that is when you make a connection with someone, that's who you want to get a card from. I, for the most part, leave a networking group with maybe 3 to 6 cards for a couple reasons. One, because I know I made an honest connection with them. One that I know that can be beneficial for me and or beneficial or a resource for them. 2, I lost my train of thought. 2, this is it. You can't possibly follow up with 20 or 30 or 40 business cards. Really, in the course of a day, between your networking activities, your actual client activities, the amount of follow-up that you could really do and do it meaningful is usually somewhere between 3 and 6. You're just probably not going to end up getting around to it, and then it's all going to get lost in the shuffle, and then that networking event was for nothing. So those are the 2 primary reasons that I only come away with 3 to 6 cards. Also, go into a networking group with some strategy. It could be presenting your 30-second commercial and really trying out new things in front of new people. It could be that you're looking for a resource. It could be that you might be looking for a speaking opportunity, or just to get to know your community and know where other great opportunities to network can be for your ideal client. If you just go in going, well, I'm just going to show up and see what happens, the productivity is not going to be there in the same way if you had planned why you were there. And none of the reasons are right or wrong. You just need to have a strategy of why you need to be there, what you need to get out of it, and also what you can offer. Be prepared to give away little nuggets of what you do and share with people, because it really shows them that 1, you care, and 2, that you're not just all about making money. You really do want to invest in people's future and share a little bit of your knowledge. It also makes you look like the go-to expert. And who doesn't want to go to the go-to expert? And lastly, when it comes to networking and it comes to your strategic partnerships, realize your own value. Don't undermarket that, and don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. And don't be afraid to raise your prices. Talk to a mentor. Talk to any one of us in the organization, especially some of our more seasoned people, and find out how they're pricing things and the kind of language that they're using to explain their services. And then choose the lane that you want to be in and be very succinct in your messaging when you're talking about your business. Because again, it doesn't do anything to be the jack of all trades and the master of nothing. Be known for your value, be known for the value that you offer your clients, and be very, very strategic and succinct on how you deliver that message. It takes practice, it takes input, it takes other people's constructive criticism, and it takes a willingness to want to be coached and learn so that you can just empower your message as an image consultant and people really understand what you do. And the reason I'm saying this is because I know it was something that I struggled with for a little while, not understanding what I was bringing to the table, and I was charging way too little, which does nothing for our industry, and I wasn't having the confidence to realize how I brought so much value and ultimately more money to my clients. So think about those things and practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of other colleagues and friends that you can trust so that you can get some really, really honest feedback. So I hope this little bit of nuggets helped you with networking and some strategic partner ideas. I'd love to have your input. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day. Stay stylish, and we will chat again soon.